Welcome into Good News Forecast. I am meteorologist Kaylee Bowers.
And I'm Sophia Kaylee. Thanks for joining us for another week of good news from around the world, across the country, and right here in our own backyards. We always love to start our Good News Forecast checking in with one another. How you doing, Kaylee Bowers?
You know, as they were recording this, I also love that you always say, okay, she knows where I'm going with this. Every time I see Sophie in the morning, she always says, "Good morning, Kaylee Bowers. Hi, Kaylee Bowers. Hi, Kaylee Bowers. How are you, Kaylee Bowers?"
I don't know why.
It's so well, here's the funny thing. You're not the only person who does that, and I don't hate it. In high school, I had people say, "You have a really good TV name."
You do.
It just like rolls off the tongue.
Yes.
Kaylee Bowers. It's like Sophia Kaylee. Like you have like the inflection. You have like the up and down. It works.
Also,
it works.
We have 100 Kayleys that
we do
work here, so this is how I This is my Kaylee Bowers. This is my Kaylee Bowers.
Weather Kaylee is what I get called a lot too.
That's one.
But regardless, week is going well.
Good.
Day as we're recording this, it is toasty. But you might be watching this later on this week. It's gonna be cool.
Yes.
It's May.
It's May. But hey, things are heating up, and every day is a day closer to summer, and that's just my motto.
Not complaining at all. Could be snow and 15 degrees outside.
Could be, but it's not, and we love that.
How's your week going?
My week's going great, Kaylee Bowers. I'm having such a good week, Kaylee. It's just, the sun is out. I played pickleball this week. I'm having a great week. It's good. Life's great. It's good to be Sophia.
More on Sophia's life in just a moment, but just like that, the Walleye, they are staying in the game. Of course, we're talking sports first. One thing Sophia loves and knows a lot about. We love sports. But we love this. The fish are forcing Game 6, which as of this recording, which is on Tuesday, that's tonight, May 19th. Round 2 of the Kelly Cup playoffs, they continue Thursday. This was May 14th. They lost games. This was game 3-0. Then they were home. And then they're still in Saturday. And then that was May 16th. I'm losing the prompter right now.
Well, the prompter's not supposed to say all of that stuff, unfortunately. But all you have to know watching this is the Walleye forced a Game 6. They continue taking on the Fort Wayne Comets in the Comets for the fight for the Kelly Cup. It is a 7-game series, the first to 4 wins.
Okay.
Right now, the Comets have 3 wins under their belt. The Walleye have 2 wins at the time of this recording, which again, Kaylee mentioned today is Tuesday. So they're playing tonight. They won back-to-back over the weekend. They were home, but they are on the road for Game 6. Again, it's first to 7 or first to 4. First to 4 in a 7-game series.
Could be 7. You know, these games are confusing sometimes because, okay, it's not every other day or every day. It's like, okay, they're not in Fort Wayne on Tuesday, they're not in Toledo on Thursday, and then this. It's like there's random spacing in between. Sometimes it's back to back. It's confusing. I know it's like championship season, but.
And there's a lot of numbers, like 7 games, first to 4. Now they're in Game 6, and the Walleye have only won 2. And if they lose this one tonight, then they're out, and it's a lot of math. But all you really have to know is today is Tuesday at the time of this recording. You might not be watching this on Tuesday, but they need to win tonight. And of course, we will let you know, regardless of the outcome. It is Good News Forecast, but we've been keeping you updated for so long that we just have to keep doing it.
We just love local as well, too.
Yes.
Well, speaking of local, a local nonprofit is getting some national attention.
Sunshine Communities is now featured in a documentary series airing on national cable networks, highlighting the people who make the mission possible. Annalise Corneo Garcia has the story.
Michael Ann's a familiar face around Sunshine Communities.
Yeah, a lot of friends.
She came here as a little girl decades ago.
Little girl. Little girl.
But these days,
yeah, we do things and go out, people.
She's known as a local celebrity.
I feel good. I feel great.
I can tell you're lit up.
Yeah, I'm lit up.
Care for their loved one.
She's one of the residents featured in All Access with actor Andy Garcia, a documentary highlighting the people and purpose behind nonprofits like Sunshine Communities.
It was an honor for us to be sought out by the production team of All Access with Andy Garcia. It was just a humbling experience to share with not only Northwest Ohio, not just the entire state of Ohio, but just nationally.
Over 60 people of all ages live, work, and receive often life-saving support on campus.
We do support nearly 80 people here on our main campus and additional people out in the community that just have very complex medical needs. And we oftentimes are successful weaning those individuals off of that mechanical support. It's just something that we do very well. We take our time, we're very diligent.
And here, that support goes both ways.
They go out into the community, they do things, they participate in community events. And what that means to us is that the individuals that we support, not only do they give so much to us, but they give so much back to the community as well.
From little girl to leading lady.
Everything's did a good job. I'm so excited.
Everyone on campus continues to spread sunshine beyond the community and now on the big screen.
And you can learn to watch the feature, all of this on how to watch the feature on WTOL.com.
Really great that they're getting the national spotlight.
Yes,
you know?
as they should.
Yeah.
I know they have the local spotlight for sure because they are rays of sunshine. If you've never met anyone from sunshine communities, you're missing out. They're awesome. But the fact that this is going national now, I mean, this is just the beginning.
Yeah, it's really great to see. I'll have to tune in and watch it. Like you said, you can find out how to watch it on our website, so definitely do that. You don't want to miss it.
No.
So in case you missed this, your dream home could be in reach.
It's time. You can now reserve your ticket for the chance to win the 2026 St. Jude Dream Home. This year's ranch-style home right there is being built in Oregon in the Bay Meadows Estate subdivision, and the home isn't the only thing you can win. How about this? Jim White Honda is donating a brand new 2026 Honda HR-V.
Last year, you helped us raise a record $2.25 million. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Thank you for the support. And this year is extra special because it is WTOL 11's 10th year for the Dream Home giveaway. We've got a link to reserve tickets on WTOL.com, and you don't want to wait because, Kaylee, I know you know this, they do sell out.
They sell out very quickly. You know, one thing that we do in the Weather Center is we chit-chat a lot, and of course I get to hang out with Chief Meteorologist Chris Vickers, who is also a St. Jude ambassador. He's kind of the one that helped bring St. Jude to the WTOL 11 family, and hearing his stories about not just how the bill's going, but also like he goes down to Memphis every year and he goes to the St. Jude Children's Hospital. He talks to these families and just seeing how empowering it is. I ask him, okay, how's that been like for you? Have you still stayed in touch with some of the families? Like, what's it been like all throughout these years? And it's just really empowering and encouraging. Obviously, you never wish cancer on anyone, but especially a child as well too. But these parents, these families never pay for treatment. They never pay for housing. So I'm getting chills just even saying this myself. But it's a zero cost build. All the money that you are donating right now goes directly to these children and these families, making a difference for sure. So that's $100. That may be a lot for some people, but think about the thousands of dollars these parents would be paying for cancer treatment. And
not only do they not pay for treatment, travel, housing, food. They don't even see a bill for food when they're in there for treatment. So that's amazing. Our local community is great about giving back. Again, Kaylee mentioned $100 ticket reserves your chance. You reserve your $100 ticket, you get that chance to win the $500,000 dream home.
Dream home, car.
Yeah, you can
gift
win the
card.
car.
Like, there's a lot.
There's a lot. And the people in the community beyond you guys, as I just mentioned, but the businesses donating their time to build this home at no cost, to do the flooring at no cost, to do the walls at no cost. Everything in this home, zero cost. So absolutely amazing.
It is truly amazing. So you will be able to find out who wins in August. So we still have some time, but ticket right now.
Yes.
Right now.
They sell out. A group of young adults are committing to saving lives.
5 seniors at Penta Career are signing up to serve their communities before even graduating. Dominique O'Neill has the story.
17-year-old Isabella Daisley of Perrysburg is one of 5 seniors taking the next step towards a future in the fire service, planning to join Lake Township Fire when she turns 18.
I can't say enough about my instructors. Perry, he completely changed the course of my life. When I first came into the fire program, I definitely was still a teenager, but he helped me realize that I was worth more than what I thought I was.
At the Penta Career Center, the 2-year program starts junior year with Fire 1 certification, followed by Fire 2 training, live burns, and hands-on experience. Students train in real conditions, including time and burn towers, working alongside professionals to prepare for the job. Fire instructor Paul Perry says that experience builds more than skills.
That brotherhood, sisterhood of the fire service, and we treat this as our firehouse here. And, for those students to leave their comfort zone and come here is absolutely incredible that, these students at a young age are making those decisions. But super proud of everything they do and excited to see what the future brings.
Connor Beck is already working with the fire department, continuing a long family tradition.
It's the best thing in the world. I love it. It's what I've always wanted to do. I've followed in my father's footsteps, and he's followed in his father's footsteps. So it's something that has been in my family for quite some time. And it's, like I said, it's the best job in the world.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Committing to a lifetime of service at such a young age. So many people don't even know what they want to do.
I know, making a difference no matter the age is just such an amazing, empowering thing. I don't have words.
Yes.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yes. And thank you for what you're doing.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back into Good News Forecast. The Ability Center in Sylvania is breaking ground on an $8 million campus expansion to grow services for people with disabilities.
The renovations started earlier this month and are funded in part by state grants. The project will nearly double the size of the center's main building, adding a teaching kitchen for independent living classes, an art workshop, an art workshop designed to help teach social skills, and a community event center.
I have a scriptury, but I'm just waiting for another puppy to pop up. So the center's leaders say the project will benefit everyone across Northwest Ohio.
It shows that there's definitely a need in the community. Northwest Ohio is aging, and we do have a lot of people with disabilities in our community to serve. And disability is something that can happen to anyone at any time through accident, illness, or injury. So it impacts everyone.
Construction is expected to wrap up by next summer. There's that puppy, another one.
Here's a couple puppies.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh.
There he is. He's a good boy. He's helping.
Yeah, some good little help.
The Ability Center is awesome. Obviously, they train and raise service dogs, so that is wonderful.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, as the warmer weather continues to warm up, we're all looking forward to getting outside much more. And if your outdoor plans include basketball, one local park is now rocking some new artwork.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. Look at that beautiful, those beautiful colors. Inez Nash Park in central Toledo is now decked out in those beautiful colors. The art features a painted basketball court, 5 custom designed hoops, and backboards created as part of ongoing renovations. The artist says the project was designed to make the space fit everyone and encourage people of all ages to play and connect.
Basketball courts sometimes aren't so welcoming if you don't play, and I think that this court is really inclusive and fun. I hope it sparks curiosity and just imaginative play.
Now, some lucky kids who were the first on the court also got custom designed basketballs.
Look at that.
Wow, I'd be too afraid to step on that.
I know, me too, but I like the artist's point of you walk up to a basketball court somewhere and it's just all gray and cement and metal. And I think if you see those stunning colors, you might feel oh, this feels more welcoming, more comfortable. But I agree, I wouldn't want to ruin anything.
It's so pretty, especially the backboards, the basketball hoops. Oh, bad time to take my camera shot. Very cool, very cool. Moving on, anyways.
All right, what do you do on your lunch break, Kaylee Bowers?
I eat, Sophia Pericone.
And most people do. But some of our friends here at WTOL 11 actually saved a cat on their break.
While they were getting lunch.
Yes.
I must say that. Earlier this month, our Michael Sandlin, Melissa Andrews, and our 4 p.m. producer, Alexis McMichael, were grabbing lunch at the original sub shop on Broadway when they heard some meows. That's when they found a kitty stuck in a nearby wall. Look at that. There's Alexis right there. It took a bit of work to get him out of the concrete wall, but Alexis was able to get her little arm and pull out the little guy, and he did take off, but after they caught him, after a bit of a chase.
He then went on a little journey in a WTOL 11 news car to the Toledo Humane Society. You see Melissa and Michael walking up there. They checked him out, weighed him, and he will be put up for adoption at some point. So if you're looking for a cute, furry friend, this is Wally, as he was found in a wall.
Oh,
what a sweetie. By the way, your
cute.
cat impersonation at the top of this was phenomenal. Meow. This was great, but right place, right time. Glad they did something. Our lunch breaks are pretty limited. We get pretty busy here, so for them to take the time, save the cat, bring it to the Humane Society.
And they're all animal people too.
Yes, proud to have them work here.
Wally.
Wally.
We need to have someone from WTOL, I feel like, adopt him.
I think
Just
so.
saying.
Station cat, anyone? General station cat, just running around?
There he goes right there.
I won't do the litter box, but
oh, they're not
I'll
hard.
give some pets.
Oh my goodness. Well, switching from cats to birds, kind of enemies right there. The biggest week in American birding wrapped up just a few days ago, and for businesses in Ottawa County, the event is a great kickoff to the summer season.
Jack Crum shows us the economic impact.
As bird watchers hear this, local businesses in Oak Harbor are hearing.
We really look forward to the biggest week in birding every year. It brings so many people to our area. It really helps boost our economy here in Oak Harbor.
The biggest week in American birding kicks off summer tourism for the village with a flock of visitors from around the world.
We had a line out the door at one point. The birders were here and they were definitely supporting us for sure.
For Riverside Roost, they're coming off a record sales week.
Probably about 2 times our normal sales. This area is seasonal in general, so it's been a long, quiet winter. The birding week is a great way to break off the season for us.
And across the street at Oak and Anchor Grill, another birdie boom.
Birding week is an amazing week. You know we're going to have customers from all over the area excited to see all of our local marshes and wildlife, and not only the birds, but all of the rest of the stuff that's in this area that people come from all over to see. And it is very exciting.
Outside of town and closer to McGee Marsh, Barnside Creamery is also scooping up plenty of business.
I'd say at least 50%, probably more. I'd say it almost doubles our daily. It definitely affects us in a good way.
And owner Tanya Tice says the final stretch will be the busiest for businesses and bird enthusiasts alike.
This is always the kickoff to our season. So busy week, but I think this weekend's supposed to be even busier because I know there's a big wave of birds coming in.
And the biggest week in American birding starts again next week or next year.
Whoa. It
It is over, everyone, but it starts next year on May 7th. Just because the week is technically over, the birds are still sticking around.
They are.
They don't have calendars.
They're having an extended vacation right now.
They are. So even though the biggest week in American birding is over, why not get out there? Look for some birds.
What's your best bird impression?
You're gonna make me do this again?
Uh-huh.
It would be the seagull, everyone. Your turn. I really laid my life out there. I think you got to do the same.
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Moving on then. We expect to see birds this time of year, but what we don't expect to see, bears in Southeast Michigan. Kaylee, this just means you have, thank you. I was just gonna ask, thank you so much. We feel equal now. Neighbors spotted a black bear in Monroe County.
Yeah, something not to laugh about because this is serious. Security camera video from Flat Rock, Michigan shows a bear apparently taking a stroll through the neighborhood. Police say they rarely see bears this far south, and they are working with the Department of Natural Resources to find the animal after another possible nearby sighting.
I freaked out because my best friend lives over on Olmsted, right past Woodruff. So it's right back in her backyard. And so, yes, I got all nervous and scared for her.
It was honestly pretty cool. Just to go in your backyard and have a nature right in your backyard. It's pretty dope to me.
I agree with him. I wouldn't be scared. I love this. Local businesses have embraced the surprise visitor with AI ads featuring the bear. So
wow.
Be careful, but I think it's kind of fun if you're watching a bear from the inside of your house.
From a distance, keep the kids and the pets inside.
Yeah.
You know, when I lived in East Tennessee, obviously Smoky Mountains, there's a lot of bears around, and they kind of still embrace the same thing. Like, you still stay away from them. You kind of still get spooked a little bit, but like, especially with the AI commercials and everything, they use them. They encourage it.
And this is probably a good time to remind people, just double check what you're seeing on social media. If these businesses are doing AI ads, they're probably not getting a bear to pose in front of their sign, so it's probably not real. So just always good to keep that in mind. But you know, they are cute, I think. That's why I feel like it's okay to put it in good news forecasts, because they're so cute.
Also just good to encourage people too to stay safe.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Thanks for sticking with us here on Good News Forecast. From nothing to everything. An antique store owner is closing up shop, but not before sharing his rags to riches story.
But we're not talking about money. He's rich in heart. Sean Martinelli introduces us to the man behind the stuff.
I'm not a traditional antique store.
Not your traditional antique store. Those are the words every customer hears when they walk into this Frederick, Maryland shop.
No tchotchkes, no china, no junk.
What Paul Berkowitz has is stuff.
It's my taste.
A taste he says is not only good, look at Paul's claim in the store's name.
And it's true. And I don't just say things lightly.
Great Stuff by Paul began with a ton of trunks.
So you want my whole history?
In the 70s, Paul collected so many, his home driveway couldn't fit his car. Paul's wife said the trunks had to go, and Paul started his store.
And thank God she supported me.
But the most remarkable part of this place is not in the trunks or in the wheels turntables or the Himalayan glazed bowls.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
The most remarkable part is how the man who seems to have everything grew up with nothing.
I grew up in Brooklyn in a tenement, slept in the same bed with my brother. No antiques.
Just Paul, his brother, and two parents.
My mom and her family escaped Hitler. She's from Poland.
Despite witnessing the worst, Paul's mother asked Paul to see the best.
My mom had no, and God bless her, and my father had no animosity to anybody. She loved everybody.
80 years later, Paul's carried that love forward here. That's why every kid gets a gift.
And this is for you. I'm giving this to you. And it's for her to keep.
And every customer gets a memory.
I think it's the coolest store I've ever been in. And I'm not an antique person.
It's over 100 years old.
But after nearly a century of this work,
I'm going out of business.
Great Stuff is preparing for its great finale.
I'm saddened. I well up in a tear.
At the end of May, Paul's store will close for good. But he hopes to be remembered for something that can't be bought.
When the story of Paul is written, what do you hope that story says about you, the legacy that you left behind?
That I was just a good, happy, loving person. That I got that from people because I gave it to people.
That's how the man who came from nothing.
Yes. Of course.
Found his everything.
No tchotchkes, no china, no junk.
In Frederick, Maryland, Sean Martinelli, WUSA 9.
Oh.
That's amazing right there.
It's a lot of stuff.
He's got a heart of gold.
Yes.
You can tell how much he cares not only about the antiques, but the people as well, too.
And that is a true passion, antiquing. Have you done any antiquing?
Not on purpose.
Okay. I feel like that's how it probably starts with everyone.
Yeah.
And then it turns into like a real hobby or like a passion thing.
Because you don't go looking for a specific item most times.
Okay.
You see what chooses you.
Ah. Okay. Well, the antiquing life chose him.
Aww.
Obviously. So that is very.
Sophia goes, ah.
Ah. Mother's Day. It's come and it's gone. But that doesn't mean we still can't recognize the maternal figures who do so much for all of us.
And sometimes we even get the chance to repay them. Steve Hartman is on the road.
Boca Raton is one of the wealthiest cities in Florida. But even along these golden sands, people still get stuck in fiscal undertows.
I caught myself worrying about things that I feel like no kid really should.
Like
Finances and housing and where I was going to lay my head down that night.
26-year-old Anna Duarte says as a child, she and her mother were homeless.
We rented a room here.
Constantly moving.
So many random places.
Constantly struggling.
Because we didn't have any electricity at all.
She always wanted a home. She always asked me for a home.
And you couldn't provide that?
No. We went through very rough time.
Anna's mother, Annette, worked very long hours as a maid and doing other odd jobs. But Annette always felt at least they had each other. The two of them against the world. Until high school, when Anna started running out of patience and grace. She turned bitter, began blaming her mother for all those years of struggle, and eventually left. The old two against the world was now each to her own.
She always get mad at me. She think I didn't care. And I did care, but my hand was so tied up that I couldn't do it.
For my mom, it was like torture. But like there was no other option because I didn't want like to keep living these patterns. Like I wanted to build my life.
Which she did. Anna graduated from Florida Atlantic University with a degree in social work and then got a job with Food for the Poor, an international Christian relief organization. Last year, Anna also got her first real apartment, which she told her mom about immediately.
I called her up and I was just like, so I have an apartment. It's 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Would you like to come live with me?
She even gave her mom the master bedroom.
Wow.
She's not even saying anything. She's like just looking around like, whoa, I have a bed. She's feeling the mattress.
Have you ever had your own bedroom before?
No.
First time?
Yeah. It's something that is going to stay for the rest of my life. And every time I look at her, I know.
This weekend, we celebrate the deepest love on earth. But it's important to remember that Mother's Day isn't just about rewarding your mom for what she's done. It's about recognizing that she did everything she could. Steve Hartman, on the road in Boca Raton, Florida.
Oh,
That's so sweet right there.
so sweet. I mean, our parents never want to see us struggle. So when you see your parents struggle, it feels like an extra gut punch, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's different, especially the older you get, you kind of step into their shoes as well. It's like, oh,
yeah,
you kind of have a different change of thought.
And to be separated from her mom by choice, can't imagine it's an easy choice.
No.
But for her to think about her mom the moment she gets that apartment and says, you know what, let's put it all behind us.
Yep.
Let's move forward together.
Kind of give back,
Yeah, really shows the importance. Family over everything and just helping one another is so important.
And happy late Mother's Day to all the moms, grandmas, aunts, mother figures. Just happy Mother's Day to everyone.
Yes,
Past.
you do it all. You do it all.
I do a lot of it.
Yeah.
Well, that does it for this week on Good News Forecast.
We'll see you next week with more good news from around the world, across the country, and our own backyard. We'll bring you that walleye update. Bye.
Go fish.